YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Clan's back with another video. Today we have our 250k squad builder. I know. I apologize for being so late on dropping this. I wish I dropped it a lot earlier. Like I said in my previous videos, I just unfortunately have been super busy. But nothing less, we are here and we're dropping it now. I'll have the 500k squad builder probably coming out either tomorrow or the next day, and then we'll do the million MT squad builder, and then we'll do like the best team in the game. But honestly, man, when I was putting together this 250k squad builder, the team is looking nice. The team is looking nice, and I think you have a starting lineup that can actually go out there and compete with the best of the best. I really do. I think you have a starting lineup that can go out there and that can truly compete with the best in the game. And starting off the starting lineup, I'm going to stick with somebody that everybody knows, and it's going to be Stephon Castle. Everybody knows Stephon Castle, and I do want to mention that I'm putting the prices on the screen. A couple of things to note about those prices is, one, they are going to be rounded either up or down. Obviously, the closest one, you know, if it's 33,300, it's going to be rounded down to 33,000. If it's, you know, obviously we all know how to round, okay? It's going to be either rounded up or down. They are going to be off Xbox prices in the way, you know, in the time that I checked it. So hopefully we're just going to have to, hopefully they're still the same price when you get on. But I will say that the market did crash, so that is a good thing. I'm going to go with Stephon Castle, our point guard, though. I think this card is about 8K. If I'm looking at my notes here, yeah, he's about 8K. For 80,000 MT, you can't get much better than Stephon Castle. Yes, he's missing a couple shooting badges. Add Limitless, add Slippery Off Ball. Add these defensive badges first, though. Honestly, I would apply every single one of these defensive badges. Honestly, you don't even need the shooting badges. Definitely look for these defensive badges first. And if you have any leftovers, then go to the shooting badges. But I don't know if you get any leftovers on Pink Diamonds, because I think they get, I don't know how many they get off the top of my head. Maybe 5 added badges. So when you look at him, though, stat-wise, he's good. 93-pointer, 85 driving dunk, which is a little low for Castle, honestly, because he's such a good dunker IRL. But 86 ball handle, he's elite on defense. He's got great speed. I think, and his jumper is pretty solid. It is a little slow, but it is very solid. Kyrie dribble style, which is good. Luka escape, which is absolutely elite. Luka step back is absolutely elite. 6'7" at the point guard position and plays as good defense as you can ask for, honestly. I love Stephon Castle, and he is my starting point guard in the 250k squad builder. Moving on to our next position, I do have Ricky Davis, and I'm going to be splurging on my shooting guard position. I just believe that, you really have to have a good shooting guard and a good small forward in this game, and if you don't have that, then you're not going to win games, because they have to be your scorer in this game. If you have a point guard, you got to have a lockdown point guard. You got to have a primary defender at point guard. That way you can switch everything. But your shooting guard and your small forwards have got to be good scorers, while also being versatile on defense. And when you look at Ricky Davis, 6'7" at the 2 guard, 94-3, 98 driving dunk, absolutely elite there. 96 speed, good strength, good on defense, good ball handle. Rebounding isn't terrible. He's only missing a couple badges. Add box out, add paint patroller, that's it. You add those two, you're looking at an elite card. He's got Seth and Oscar Robertson on very quick, which is honestly one of the best jumpers in the game, in my opinion. I've used this Ricky Davis. I love this Ricky Davis. He's probably going to end up being my favorite card in the game here in a minute once I start using him a little bit more. If you guys have used this Ricky Davis, you guys know he had default swing. He no longer has default swing. He does have a juice jump shot, back to the old Ricky Davis. He's back. There's Garland dribble style. Absolutely elite. His escape, honestly, sitting here right now, I don't remember the escape off the top of my head, honestly. I believe it's really good. I do think it is a really good escape. Pro escape. Let's see who else has pro escape. MPJ, Bender. I haven't used Bender yet, although, Ricky Davis. I believe this is a really good escape, but I honestly can't sit here and tell you guys off the top of my head. But I do believe it is very good. GG Jackson. I used him, but I can't remember. I think, anyways, Giannis step back, elite. I mean, Ricky Davis is just so good. The only thing he's missing is behind the back, and that's the only thing he's missing. Moving on to the next player, I have Jonathan Bender. If you guys have not used Jonathan Bender yet, which I have not, I'm personally missing out. You guys are missing out if you have not used Jonathan Bender yet. I did just buy him on the auction house, though, so fortunately for me, I'm not going to be missing out for much longer. And I hope, for you guys' sake, you're not going to be missing out much longer either. You can buy this card for $44,000. I do want to mention that our guy Ricky Davis here was about 90,000 too. You guys will be able to see it on the screen. But moving on to Bender, he's about 44,000. And stat wise, he's really just kind of like mid everywhere. But he is 7 foot tall at the small forward position, 7'4" wingspan, so he is super long. He had badge wise, he's honestly very elite. He's only missing pick dodger, which you need to apply, and then maybe dimer and mini marksman. But how often is he gonna be shooting over defenders that are taller than him? Maybe a little bit, if he's shooting over a center or whatnot. But this card is so elite. And if you don't have Jonathan Bender yet, you need to pick up Jonathan Bender because he is so elite. He's got a great jump shot. Montrezl Harrell and Trae Young on quick is extremely good. Movement-wise, not bad at all. Jonathan Bender, one of the best small forwards in the game. Moving on to our power forward position. A lot of you guys have used this card before, and he's still elite. He came out in Season 2, but he is still so good defensively. I mean, you look at these defensive stats, he's missing, the only thing he's missing is Challenger and Pick Dodger. You look at badge-wise, he still comes with just everything you need. Add Slippery, add Shifty, upgrade the Limitless a little bit, and then he is perfect. This card is still so good. Yes, he's missing a ball handle. When you compare him to this Jaren, yes, this Jaren is a lot better stat-wise and everything, but this card is so good still for coming out in Season 2. He can still play, and I promise you this Jaren is gonna go out there and compete. 6'10", 7'4" wingspan. That Jaren is still a dog. That Jaren Jackson is about 13,000 MT as well. Moving on to our center position, this card did come out today, and he is an absolute freak-ish animal. Khalil Ware, 89 three-pointer, 89 speed, 86 strength. He's a little bit, he's a little bit weaker on the strength area. I did wish he had the, upper 90s or so. 7 foot, 7'5" wingspan, so he is extremely long for the center position, though. 7'5" wingspan is very good. Badge-wise, he's great. He's absolutely elite badge-wise. Apply on-ball, apply mini, Slippery, and you're looking at an elite card. Great rebounding, good ball handle, 95 driving dunk. And I've heard that, his layup package and his dunk packages are absolutely insane. I personally can't test it out at the moment. I will work on getting the card out. I'll work on getting the card into my binder and using him. But I do think he is an elite card. I know he's got a very good jump shot. Khalil Ware on quick. I know it's pretty solid. Movement-wise, I think he's pretty solid as well. I think this card is extremely elite for your center position. And, for about 47,000-ish, 50,000 MT, you cannot miss out on Khalil Ware. Moving to our backup, our backup point guard, our bench lineup in general. Our bench is going to be so good defensively. Now, you might honestly have to tweak this to your abilities, and if you think this is way too good defensively, but you're missing a scorer, that's honestly fine. Go out there and find yourself a scorer that you really like in this game, whether it's Wesley Person, whether it's, Billy Owens, who's cheap, whether if you have enough MT, go get like a Corver, go get like a, if you have Jason Richardson, use Jason Richardson. If you have B-Roy, use B-Roy. Go find yourself a scorer that you can use if you don't like these guys. And I would prefer you to use them anyways, because obviously they're the, Jason Richardson, B-Roy, those guys are going to be better than the guys I have in here. But these guys are still so good on a budget. DeLon Wright, you look at DeLon Wright, he is so good defensively, 6'5", 6'7" wingspan. He's basically just another Stephon Castle. And I think, when you guys kind of compare these cards, they are both so elite, and they are so similar. Obviously Castle is 2 inches taller, but really that's the only thing that is, honestly, Castle might not even be as good as DeLon Wright. DeLon Wright, badge-wise, is just as good as Castle is, if not better. He's got a solid jumper. He can move. DeLon Wright is so good, guys. I'm telling you, DeLon Wright could honestly start over Castle. DeLon Wright is absolutely elite. Moving on to our backup shooting guard. Once again, another defender. This is why I was kind of mentioning if you want to go out there and get, kind of a scorer at the 2, like a Brandon Roy or somebody like that. I do kind of recommend that. But this Matt Barnes is still very good. He can handle the ball. Great rebounder. Elite on defense. 85 driving dunk is okay. Nothing spectacular, though. 92 strength is the biggest thing for me. 93 three-pointer. Badge-wise, absolutely elite. He does have an extremely good jump shot. Movement-wise, he is pretty good. I know some people hate Vince Carter's step back. Me, personally, I don't mind it at all. I think it's a fine step back. So, if you like... I like Matt Barnes a lot, personally. Me, personally, I love Matt Barnes. I think Matt Barnes is great, for a very budget price, let's see, of 5,000 MT. You can't get that much better than Matt Barnes at the shooting guard position. The one thing that I would say you could do, if you really want to, is kind of look at this update that we just had at the Apex set, and you can kind of come down here to Cam Whitmore, who's also really good at the shooting guard position. He's going to be a little bit more of a scorer rather than, Matt Barnes is. But, is he going to be better overall? I don't think so. I would definitely take Matt Barnes over Cam Whitmore. And I don't know Cam Whitmore's jumper off the top of my head, so but like if you do need a pure score, you could try Cam Whitmore. He can't be any more than 2,000 MT, so it's worth a try. 6'7" at the 2 guard. You can't be mad at that. Moving on to our next guy. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his name, because I know I'll mess it up. But the dude is absolutely elite. He came out today. I know his last name is like Diang or something maybe, but his first name, not even gonna try. Defensively, very solid. 85 3-pointer, good enough driving dunk. Good ball handle, good speed. When you look at somebody like, Diang is what I'm going to call him, and you look at somebody like Bender, they stat-wise are literally almost the same cards. Yes, they are very mediocre in everything. 85 every single stat pretty much. But I think they are so good. He's missing only a couple badges. He's 6'9" at the small forward position, 7'1" wingspan, hot zones from everywhere beyond the 3-point line, 32 goal badges, 2.5. He has a very solid jumper. He's got Steph Curry escape, which is the best escape in the game. Pro step back, I believe, is extremely solid. It is the same as Kobe White, so it's a pretty good step back. I mean, this card is very good. If you guys are still sleeping on Amethyst, y'all are doing something wrong. But just because they're Amethyst doesn't mean they're bad cards. Diang is still so good, and Diang is probably better than a lot of your guys' small forwards in the game at the moment. And I'm going with another Amethyst in this set. This set is so ridiculous. I'm going with Jonathan Mogbo. Mogbo is so good. He's 6'9" at the 7'2" wingspan, so he's a little bit shorter at the 4. But honestly, I don't mind the shorter 4. Like, somebody like Bob McAdoo, somebody like Jaren Jackson. I don't mind those guys. Now, do I prefer somebody like Kareem, Wilt, somebody like those guys, Rudy Gobert, who's 7'1", 7'2"? I do kind of prefer those taller guys who can rebound a little bit better. But this dude is so good. Hey, I do use his Emerald in salary cap, so I might even look to, add this one to my salary cap lineup. He has an elite jump shot, and this one can actually shoot to where this one could not shoot. 65 3-pointer, and I was still greening with a 65 3-pointer. So imagine an 84. I am going to be greening. I mean, this card, you look at him stat-wise, though, he's elite everywhere. The only thing you can kind of knock off is his driving dunk at an 85, and even then, that's still very good. Jonathan Mogbo on quick. De'Aaron Fox escape is pretty good. Normal dribble style isn't the best in the world, obviously. You could definitely get a lot better than that. It's the Dr. J dribble style, and I mean, I don't think it's the worst dribble style in the game, but it's just not the best, honestly. Moving step back is Giannis. Not a bad step back at all. Jonathan Mogbo is extremely good, and our center is also extremely good. We do have Tyson Chandler. Like I said, looking at the bench, obviously you're probably going to have to try to find another scorer. I would replace Matt Barnes first and foremost if you're looking to add a scorer to the bench, whether it's somebody like Korver, Brandon Roy, Jason Richardson. If you have tons of MT, go get somebody like Dr. J. But Tyson Chandler, Tyson Chandler is absolutely elite. Don't even look at the 62 3-pointer because his jumper is so chicken that you will be greening with a 62 3-pointer. I promise you will be greening with that. Especially if you had set shot. If you had a couple of these shooting badges, you will never miss with this card. I don't care what the stats say. I don't care. If you have a coach who boosts 3-pointer, great. If you don't, doesn't matter. You're going to green with Tyson Chandler. His jumper is so good. It's not like he is somebody like Rudy Gobert who has a 67 3-pointer, I believe, with kind of a whack jump shot. I'm not saying Rudy Gobert's jump shot is bad. I think it's easy to time, but it's just unbelievably weird looking to where Tyson Chandler's is so smooth, so easy to green. Tyson Chandler is extremely good. Now, is he as good as what he was last year? No, he's not as good as what he was last year. But it's okay, because Tyson Chandler is still elite this year. Let's look at this Tyson Chandler card last year. Because this Tyson Chandler card last year, I mean, I was doing some crazy things with this Tyson Chandler card. You look at him, I mean, he was so elite. Obviously, there was a lot more badges last year. But even his shooting was still bad. But I was greening every shot I took with this card. He's got the same jumper. I mean, this card is so good. If you don't have Tyson Chandler, look to pick up Tyson Chandler for 3,000 MT. It won't hurt you, I promise. this is the 250k squad builder, boys. I do think this is actually an insane lineup, especially the starting lineup. I think that starting lineup can go out there and compete with literally the best teams in the game. Now, obviously, will somebody like Jaren Jackson get beat out by somebody like 100 overall Shaq? Probably so. But if you only have 250,000 MT and you're looking to build a whole squad off of it, you're probably not in tier 1, so you're probably not going to be playing somebody like Shaq and MJ and Luka and Porzingis. But you might run into them occasionally. Anyways, regardless of what tier you're in, this team can go out and compete. This is my 250k squad builder, boys. I will have the 500k dropping soon. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.